Hey everybody, welcome back to Pure Backgammon. We're here for another unboxing, a backgammon set unboxing video. It's a little unusual, non-traditional, if you will, because there's not actually a box involved. When I acquired this set in question, it was not in a box, and I'll get to that in a minute. But before we get too far, please do consider liking and subscribing to this page. Smash that subscribe button like your foolish friend is slotting willy-nilly in their home board and you're not even off your 24 point yet, and then you roll the perfect 4-3 and you can just end them before this game has even begun. Like and subscribe, and also please do consider following us on Instagram at Pure Backgammon. That's where I post a lot of stuff, a lot more frequently. Strategy, tips, lifestyle, comedy, memes. We meme hard on the weekends. And we do it pretty well, if I can say so myself. But yeah, today we're going to do an unboxing. And this, as I said, is a little bit of an unorthodox. Because when I got this board, it didn't come delivered to me in a box, in the mail. I went and got it. Okay, I made connections with somebody on the internet. And I do want to talk for a minute here about Facebook. Facebook is a cesspool. Politically, socially, it's a mess. Nothing but ads, ads left and right. I'm getting recommended pages, terrible crap. I mean, you will probably be getting recommended pages by me soon because I'll buy some ad space and just blast out my link to 10,000 whatever, Finnish people on Facebook or whatever. Facebook blows. Okay. It's not, and look, it's an okay tool. It's nice to stay in touch with people. Okay. I'll give it that much. It's a nice tool to stay in touch with people who I didn't really know, but also definitely do not dislike from high school. Okay, I'll say that much. I see someone on Facebook and I think to myself, okay, I never got invited to your birthday parties. We didn't talk much, but we did that project together in sophomore year science class. And I don't really care that you're married now or that your honeymoon is in Spain, but sure, I'll take a glance. I'll like a couple. I'm happy for you. That's what Facebook is good for nowadays. I'm the same age as Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, I was same year in school. So when he made the Facebook, I jumped on, back in the .edu days, back when it was something. Facebook was the coolest thing out there in 2004. So, nowadays it's bad, and it's better to just get off of that thing, get off of most social media besides the Pure Backgammon YouTube and Instagram handles. But, Facebook in particular, get your parents, get your grandparents off of that thing, because nowadays I could see somebody's wonderful honeymoon, in South Africa, or I could, somebody could be trying to sell me, an offensive Obama, t-shirt that, it's bad. It's bad out there. But Facebook Marketplace, well, that's where I was going with that whole tirade. Facebook Marketplace is kind of where it's at, and that's where I got this backgammon set. Now, this set is sick. This set, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm just going to blurt it out right now. This set cost me $20 cash. $20 for this thing. $20 for this thing. And like all online purchases, the photos, you don't really know. The photos are okay. The photos are technically photographs, but they're rarely, very informative or detailed or taken with even some composition. Give me a good angle. I mean, I work in film, I'm a filmmaker, maybe I have an eye for that sort of thing, but come on, you're trying to sell something, right? Don't just take a picture, get in there, show me the texture. Anyway, I digress. The seller was very cooperative and communicative, though. They didn't live exactly close to me. I was able to pull this drive off in the span of what most people would consider a traditional lunch break, but it was some miles. It was highway miles, literally, to take care of this purchase. And I got to say something about the exterior of this set. It's brown. It's brown. And I have strong feelings about the color brown in, the backgammon, zeitgeist. As a vintage board collector and a searcher, we're all searchers, really. But as a searcher, I'm constantly looking at these boards for sale, whether it's estate sales or these auction websites, eBay, Amazon, whatever. 97% of every backgammon set ever made since the foundations of the game were conceived approximately 5,000 years ago in the Indus Valley, 97% of backgammon sets are brown. Of those brown sets, another 98% of those brown backgammon sets are brown on brown, meaning you've got brown points, a brown inlay, brown pieces, a brown exterior, the brown dice cups, brown doubler. Like, what the hell was going on in the 1970s? Backgammon is blowing up in the 1970s, at least here in the United States of America. Backgammon is exploding onto the scene. I have a set that was a gift from a friend that she used to bring to Studio 54. It's the 70s, baby. Have you seen the baseball jerseys from the 1970s? We got disco. We're in the, we're kind of trailing out of the psychedelia of the late 1960s. There's drugs everywhere. I mean, it's crazy out there. It's just like, it is nuts. Technicolor and the big, the Cinerama Dome, these gigantic movies, like visually, artistically, culturally, Andy Warhol's blowing up. Like, there's just the rainbow, the colors everywhere. I mean, the world is in Technicolor, literally, in the 1970s, and backgammon is making poop boards left and right. Just poopy, brown, runny, lentil soup looking poop boards. Brown on brown on brown backgammon boards. Why? What was going on with the backgammon fabricators and manufacturers in the 1970s? Because that's where most of these boards come, the old vintage ones. Oh my God. I mean, if you're lucky, maybe they got edgy and threw in like a splash of something that could almost be considered orange, like a rust color. So, as a rule, I don't buy brown boards. I don't buy brown sets. And of course, rules are meant to be broken. So I bought this one, and I do need my tape measure. I'll get to that later. I don't need my trusty Swiss Army knife today because I'm not actually unboxing. But anyway, I saw this thing on Facebook Marketplace. I liked it, and then I asked a couple questions about it, and the seller was very communicative and seemed to be a nice person, and they answered all my questions, and I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to make a drive out somewhere where I've never been, to a zip code. I've never typed in anything in my life, but I got to pick this board up. One of the reasons I did that is because this is a big boy. This is a big board. This is 18 and a half. It's going to be 24, 18 and a half by 12 clothed. I mean, almost mint exterior, almost immaculate. Looks like a good work briefcase. Looks like something like a lawyer, would slam down on a court table, Your Honor, this is a miscarriage of backgammon justice. There are a few back here. There's just a little, you probably can't even see it. There you can see, yeah. It's kind of a scuff, kind of a scrape. There's a little, it's kind of like a gummy stain. Whatever, it's fine. That's the side of the board that gets slammed down on the court table. Great handle, great clasps, gold. The gold pops. That's nice. I guess that's one good thing about a brown exterior, is that the gold pops. These latch securely. They come undone very easily. The handle ain't going anywhere. So really good exterior board. Really good exterior board. This thing is gorgeous. Is it colorful? You know, is it a unique color scheme no one's ever seen? Of course not. It's black and red. It's Backgammon 101. But Backgammon rules. You know I love these things. This is a felt interior, which is not groundbreaking by any stretch, but it's quiet. You know, it's not silent, but it's quiet. It's better than playing on like a cork inlay, which I love. I love cork inlay, but it's quiet. It's soft. This whole thing is just very evocative of just kind of like cozy comfort vibes. I'm really liking it. It's I will not lie to you. I will never lie to you, loyal audience. It's not a 10 out of 10 interior, only because there's a few blemishes here. This is an old board. I mean, you can just tell this is an old board. You know, this green felt. Oh, it's like a pool table in like a dingy bar on the south side of Chicago. This board is reminiscent of a Jim Croce song. There's a couple. There's like one little. It's like a little scuff there. There's no stains. You know, it's not like somebody spilled a bourbon Manhattan on this thing, 33 years ago. But there's a little scuff in the felt here. There's just some slight. Yeah, that really might be the only one. Oh yeah, there's like a little dark spot here. I just can't get off. So there's like 2 or 3 little blemishes. And if you weren't me, you probably wouldn't even notice. But this thing, oh my God, I love this board. 24 by 18 and a half. This is a big boy. 24 by 18 and a half. The dice that came with it are original. They certainly look old enough to be original. They're squared off. They're kind of the sharp, the really kind of sharp angle, old school dice. Not bad at all. The white is actually, the whites don't look exactly, really pristine and white, but that's okay. But there's good dice. The dots are all there. There's no like paint flaking off or anything like that. That's something you gotta be aware of when you're buying a vintage set. I mean, you gotta have all the pieces in play. Buying replacement pieces for backgammon sets is so pointless and stupid. I've never even tried it. And anybody who does, good luck to you. But what is the point? Just buy a brand new set of 15. You're not going to find that one piece that exactly matches. Anyway, so of course you're always going to want to keep an eye on the pieces. I never buy a board online unless I know all 15 pieces of each color are coming with it. And you always got to make sure you're getting two dice. I want 2 dice cups or no dice cups. Okay, if there's not dice cups in your backgammon set, that's fine. That happens from time to time. Again, if you're playing tournament backgammon, you're going to have that wacky dice tower, what they call a baffle box, or you're going to be rolling with cups. You're not going to be throwing by hand. But if you're playing Uncle Phil, after the football game on Sunday afternoon, you're chucking the dice with your hands half the time anyway. So if there's no dice cups with your backgammon set you're trying to sell me, most of the time, that's fine. If there's 2 dice cups, that's of course awesome. If there's 1, get the hell out of my life and get this backgammon set off the internet. No, do not try and sell me a backgammon set with 1 dice cup, because then I got a backgammon set and a dice cup. And the dice cup is going out of the backgammon set, and it's going to end up in my sock drawer for 7 straight years until I move, and then I got to move a random dice cup that I don't need, that I never needed. Don't give me one. One dice cup is worse than no dice cups. Okay, I digress. The point is I got 2 great dice cups with a trip lip. I described in my last unboxing video what a trip lip is, but it's that little ridge on the inside of the dice cup to basically prevent a sleight of hand master from, somehow orchestrating the dice roll that he wants and then sliding them out onto the table to get the perfect roll. The triplet prevents that. It's a little tiny, insignificant thing that, kind of just adds a little value and a little high class, high end, official backgammon panache to any set you may have. Again, it only matters if there's a triplet in 2 cups. So the cups are great. The cups are the same brown leather exterior, material as the exterior of the board. The board interior is fantastic. Strong latches here. There's no loose infrastructure. Green felt in the dugouts, to borrow a baseball term, and then full felt fields here. There's no stitching. There's nothing like that. So the movement of the pieces, and I got to get to the pieces. I was leading into the pieces the whole time. The pieces are inarguably the best part of this board, but you can see obviously moving from one quadrant to the next doesn't there's no encumbrance. Sometimes you hit a board with stitching, and I love a good leather red on felt stitched board. I mean, that's baby blue right there, one of my favorites of all time. That's a beautiful stitched board, but every once in a while you catch a thread, there's that little difference in height, between the leather and the felt, and you're trying to slide a piece, you're trying to be cool sliding a piece, and you catch the felt, and you're like, you're eyeballing your opponent while you hit double fours and close the 5 point and hit them out of the board, get them out of the bar, and you're rolling, and you're like, watch this, because you hit the little speed bump, basically. You don't have that. Not on this board. But the pieces, oh my God, this board just keeps getting better and better. This board, $20 board, Facebook Marketplace. Parent website is bad. I'm trying to keep this page family friendly, so I'm not going to say, bad words, but the Facebook is foul. Facebook Marketplace, it's not yet completely foul. These are my opinions, by the way. I'm going to throw in allegedly here to avoid any sort of litigation. But these pieces, this is the best part, and perhaps you saw this on my other unboxing video. This is the test of a board that I love or that is just good enough. How much space is left in a quadrant or a home board when each point is covered by one piece? And the answer to that question with this board is 0. There is, let me do it over here. There is no space left between these pieces. And I love that. You can see right there, they are packed. They are packed, nose to nose, so snug, perfect fit. Now there's going to be a race here to the bottom. I don't think I've ever seen a board where the pieces fit this snugly, nose to nose, end to end like that. I don't think I've ever seen it. Not this tight, and that's one of several reasons why I love this brown backgammon board. Perhaps most importantly, it's probably not most importantly. Certainly doesn't hurt that the price was right. A $20 vintage big boy in good condition, not mint, let's be real here, but good condition, maybe very good condition. I mean, the exterior looks fantastic. This thing would look fantastic sitting on a bookshelf or something like that, and it plays fantastic. I told you, smooth, soft felt. It's not faded, it's not stained. Jimbo down at the VFW didn't trip and spill his cup of coffee on this thing back in 91, I mean, it's just the pieces, the way the pieces fit, the pieces are perfect. Now, there are these finger dish pieces that I typically don't love that construction when it comes to pieces. They're a good whatever they are. I mean, they're just like plastic, I mean, they're not fantastic material. They're not Bakelite or anything too fancy, but they're just, I mean, they fit perfectly. I mean, a perfect fit in a quadrant like that. It's so snug. It's so perfect. Oh my gosh. You're going to have to watch me enjoy this again for a second time. It's just so perfect. It's so perfect. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And that's that. I guess that's really the unboxing. I'm just really pumped by this board, and it's brown. It's a brown board. I think that's the lesson here of the unboxing today, is that it's nice to have boundaries. It's nice, it's not nice to be stubborn, but it's nice to have convictions. It's nice to believe in something, right? And there's a thin line there between conviction and stubbornness, right? And I have a very strong conviction that brown backgammon sets suck. But can I own a backgammon set that is brown on the outside and admittedly sort of a tan or a beige, maybe even a taupe, getting into mauve territory on the inside? And the answer is, when it's very solidly constructed, when the felt is smooth, unencumbered, and barely blemished, when the size is big, and when the pieces fit just right, and it costs me $20? The answer is yes. I have a brown board in my collection now. Oh, the things we believe until we don't believe them anymore. Well, this has been great. Like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And I really do got to push extra hard. Check out the Instagram page at Pure Backgammon. I'm very proud of it. By the time this video is posted, I think we'll be coming up, or we will be right on the 1-year anniversary of Pure Backgammon. It is small but mighty, and we want to get more followers. Lifestyle, strategy, tips and tricks, memes, personal stories. It's all there on the Instagram. Also, we are right around the corner from shipping out issue 3 of the Subversive Absurdist Backgammon one-sheet zine Tableaux Esoterica. This is filled with essay, poetry, cartoons, comedy, satire, nonfiction, and more. 4 issues a year. An additional piece of backgammon paraphernalia comes with the issue 3 September issue, and you get entry into our end of the year backgammon board giveaway sweepstakes. All of that for $13 if you're here in the United States, $15 for international distribution. So you can get information about Tableaux Esoterica on the Instagram page at Pure Backgammon. I will also link to the Tableaux Esoterica Backgammon or Instagram page down below here of this video. But I had fun walking you through a recent purchase of which I'm very proud, and I hope you had fun watching it. Thanks for checking out Pure Backgammon. Like and subscribe, and as always, it's your role.